Hi, my name is Lauren Killingsworth, and I was a recipient of the Mardigian Memorial Scholarship this year. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for this award. It's an incredible honor and is going to be such a huge help in helping me to afford college and pursue my dream of going into science and science research. I'm really sorry I can't be there today, and I want you to know how important this award is to me and how grateful I am. So thank you for that. My essay, I'm going to read it here, and it mainly builds off my experience in my community establishing a science outreach program to inspire kids to get involved in science, kids that might not normally think, science is something for me and science is something that I can do. So I'll share that experience with you. My essay is titled Encouraging Interest and Participation in Science, the Need for Greater Autonomy and Freedom of Exploration. I peer into the microscope, eager to discover if my hypothesis holds true. I focus the lens until the image becomes defined, intricate, web-like projections that stem from neuronal cell bodies. I experience a moment of revelation after weeks of cell culture it had emerged, the evasive photoreceptor, the light-sensing neuron of the eye. Under the microscope, vibrant gene expression markers dot the culture dish, evidence that this cell can potentially restore vision. That moment between a scientist's hypothesis and nature's answer is truly unforgettable. The process of experimentation, trial and error, questioning, analysis is rewarding at every step. That experience, however, was foreign to me until I became involved in hands-on laboratory research. Throughout middle and high school, science had been presented as a strictly linear subject, one seemingly void of creativity and imagination. My excitement for topics such as DNA replication and cellular respiration was diluted by textbook readings. Labs had preordained outcomes with little room to manipulate variables or design studies myself. I sought greater autonomy and freedom for exploration, what I believe to be vital elements in any science curriculum. Last year, when I began tutoring students at a local middle school, I noticed a concerning apathy and even resentment towards science. I identified with these students' frustration over the lack of hands-on science opportunities, and I began brainstorming possible ways to spark their interest in science. I remember working with one student, Tori, who was frustrated by the obscurity of the black and white pH paper diagrams in his chemistry textbook. He explained that he had never done a science lab before, nor used actual pH paper. Science, a study of hands-on experimentation and discovery, had been confined to textbooks and worksheets. I set out to bring science to Tori's classroom, confident that these students would enjoy the subject in a stimulating environment where they could manipulate materials and test hypotheses themselves. I created the Tam High MLK Science Outreach Program, through which I gained a better understanding of how to best promote interest in science. My program required creativity. I declared my back porch a laboratory, producing steaming geysers of foam as I found the optimal ratio of hydrogen peroxide to potassium iodide for an upcoming lab. One lab was particularly memorable. Upon creating a foaming exothermic reaction, Tori was so excited that he asked to repeat the experiment. In designing curriculum and teaching hands-on labs, I saw the importance of allowing students to experiment for themselves. By providing students with the freedom to adjust variables, they asked more questions and became engaged. Demonstrations with a big wow factor also proved successful. The wow factor, an explosive, loud, or colorful reaction, showed students that science was visible, fast-paced, and exciting. The element of surprise was also important. I found that students were most excited to conduct the chemical reaction when they didn't know what to expect, allowing students to wonder why the reaction occurred rather than concentrate on why they got the right result. Additionally, experiments that focused on science applications in everyday life, such as the household acids and bases lab that I designed, showed students that science was relevant and encouraged students to ask scientific questions about the environment around them. To increase participation in science, hands-on science needs to become more accessible, students should be given autonomy in conducting experiments, and students need to feel supported and confident as they enter what some may view a daunting field. Additionally, it is imperative that the science research community becomes more diverse. As a woman in science, I have experienced the gender imbalance firsthand. As one of only 3 women in my 20-person AP chemistry class, and the only woman in the science lab I work in. This can be intimidating to many female students and must be addressed by marketing children's science kits and engineering toys to girls as well as boys, through internship and science programs that reach out to young women, and through mentorship by female scientists. I envision a classroom environment that ignites interest in science by entrusting students with the design of their own projects and by introducing students to advanced laboratory techniques. This can be accomplished by mandating that science fair projects are included in school curriculum, providing students with science mentors, demonstrating to students that science is applicable to everyday life, and, most importantly, emphasizing the idea that the only prerequisite for science is curiosity. Thank you.